Good afternoon, everybody. It's so great to be here with all of you. I have a big crowd here today for Talmud Lunch and Learn. Welcome, Jacob. It's great to see you. I want to share with you a story that can help us understand this week's Parsha. Okay? So there's a story that's told. I saw this in Rabbi Yisachar Friend's book, an incredible story about Rabbi Hanan Wasserman. Rabbi Hanan Wasserman was the Rosh Yeshiva of the great Baranovich Yeshiva. And he was an unbelievable genius in Torah and in service of God. And what happened is that he came on a visit to the United States to raise funds for his yeshiva. And he came to a synagogue in New York. And he said, for $80, you can support my holy yeshiva for 1 week. $80. So people got very excited. $80. I mean, okay, it was back in the 1930s. $80 was a lot of money, but still not so much money that it was, inconceivable for people. So many people were very excited. But before the rabbi got off the podium, right, there was one person who wasn't so happy with that speech. Who was it? The rabbi of the synagogue. The rabbi of the synagogue wasn't so excited that his members were just going to give money like this. So he stands up and says, there are many great causes to give to, and even $1 is a lot of money, so, and he slowly started taking all the wind out of, it's like sucking the air out of the room. And, the rabbi came out with very, very, very few commitments, if any. So that night, Rabbi Wasserman is at his host's house, and the rabbi from the synagogue comes to visit him. And the rabbi says to him, I know you're probably very upset at me, that I ruined your whole spiel. I ruined your whole solicitation of my members. So Rabbi Hanan Wasserman says, no, I'm not upset at all. He says, in this week's Parsha, Tisa, we see that God chose Bitzalel ben Uri ben Hur to be the designer and the builder of the tabernacle. Right? Specifically him. So imagine what was going on. Moses goes around in the camp. He says, who's Bitzalel? Who's it? He walks over to a guy. He says, are you Bitzalel? He says, no, I'm not Bitzalel. He says, why are you not Bitzalel? Because I'm not. Because I'm not Bitzalel. Only Bitzalel was designated, and only Bitzalel can be the one who can actually build it. Right? It would be right. So what the rabbi tells Rabbi Hanan Wasserman tells the rabbi, he says to him that, he says, to build a Torah institution, there are certain people who are supposed to be the builders. Apparently, your members are not the ones who were designated to be building this Torah institution. They didn't have the merit to be the builders. So I'm not upset at you. Just like Moshe wouldn't be upset at the guy who wasn't Bitzalel. He wasn't the one who was chosen to be the builder of the temple, to be the builder of the tabernacle. So I want to share with you one more story, okay? And this is a true story that happened with Rav Aaron Kotler. Rav Aaron Kotler was the great, great founder and leader of the Lakewood Yeshiva, which is the second largest Torah institution in the world, right after the Mir Yeshiva. Now, the Mir Yeshiva was founded in the city of Mir in Poland, which is today in Belarus. And it was founded 200 years ago. And they're actually celebrating in a few weeks, they're celebrating their 200th, their bicentennial, their 200th anniversary. That 200 years Torah didn't stop being studied in the Mir Yeshiva. It started in Poland, then it was moved from one place to another, to Shanghai, to New York, to Jerusalem. But all along this way, the Mir Yeshiva never stopped Torah study within its confines. Okay, that's the largest yeshiva. The second largest yeshiva is the Lakewood Yeshiva, which was founded by Rav Aaron Kotler, of blessed memory. He came to Lakewood, New Jersey, after he was in Europe. And he said, that's it, we have to build Torah in America. I learned in Lakewood, and many of the rabbis here in Houston learned in Lakewood. A phenomenal place of Torah study. And God willing, when we have our mission to New York, we'll travel to that yeshiva as well. And to see what it's like to be in the empire of Torah study in the United States of America. Now, okay. So Rav Aaron Kotler was visiting with a very, very prominent, affluent donor. And he asks the donor for an enormous sum of money. And the donor says, fine. The sum back then, he passed away in the 50s. So, you imagine, he asked him for $100,000. And he said, no problem. Okay? But I'm sorry, I don't have my checkbook with me today. Right? The next couple of days, I'll get a chance, and I'll write you a check, and I'll send you the money. Comes the next day, he gets a phone call, Rabbi Kotler. The man passed away. So Rav Kotler visits the mourners, and then after they're done with the mourning, he tells them, in case you may want to fulfill your father's pledge, right? I know you're not obligated halachically to a pledge, right? It's a nice thing to do, but they're not obligated. So if you'd like, you can fulfill your father's pledge. He committed $100,000 in pledge. I said, no, we're not going to have anything to do with it. We're not going to have anything to do with it. We're not fulfilling your pledge.